Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, November 29th. Today is a transition day with a soaking rain for much of the Mid-Atlantic region as we transition from very warm conditions over the past several days to much more seasonable temperatures for the second half of the week. Nothing extreme coming, but much closer to 50 degrees for highs rather than the 70 degrees that many spots in the Mid-Atlantic region experienced yesterday. In fact, there was a record set at Central Park in New York by reaching 70 degrees and very close to record-breaking heat in Philadelphia and Washington, D.C., just a degree off in both areas. But that is waning now as we have a solid area of rain headed our way, and all of that will transition us to more seasonable temperatures for the remainder of the week into the weekend. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. The low pressure that is spreading rain into the Mid-Atlantic right now is situated over the Ohio Valley, and it has a strong cold front extending to its east all the way to off the coast. Colder air is actually wrapping in behind this storm from the southwest to the northeast. In fact, this morning it was colder in Mobile, Alabama than it was in Mount Washington, New Hampshire. It's still very mild up and down the east coast, but again, that colder, more seasonable air is wrapping around from the southwest to the northeast. It'll first pass through the Washington, D.C. area on up towards Philadelphia, and then finally New York City by tonight. This frontal system has a solid rain band associated with it that is swinging from the southwest to the northeast, and it will cause several hour period of steady and even some heavy rain, probably totaling in the half-inch to 1.25-inch range in most Mid-Atlantic spots by the time it winds down later on tonight. Meanwhile, farther to the west, high pressure and relatively cool temperatures over the middle part of the country. All of that is moving to the east, and we'll be in a relatively dry pattern once this soaking rain passes on by tonight. Dry weather, for the most part, from Wednesday right through the upcoming weekend. Well, here's the latest IR satellite loop of the U.S. region, and here's the spin in the upper atmosphere, this very energetic upper-level low associated with this particular surface storm that now is situated over the Ohio Valley. And it's quite a bit of a cold air mass in the upper part of the atmosphere, so actually can be some snow during the day in the Tennessee Valley all the way up into the Ohio Valley and the eastern part of the Great Lakes as this whole area pulls up to the north and east. Meanwhile, just a fetch of air off the ocean, very moist air, riding in on southeasterly winds here in the Mid-Atlantic region, and that'll add to the moisture for this afternoon and this evening. And again, a several-hour period of steady and even occasionally heavy rain, totaling a half-inch to anywhere to from a half-inch to about 1.25 inches by the time it winds down later on tonight. Clear skies out in the middle part of the country headed our way for the second half of the week. Here's the latest radar image. There are a few scattered showers right now across the Philadelphia region as well as across the New York City region, but the main band is associated with that cold frontal system. And here's that main band right now that extends from the northwest to the southeast, and it just will make a slow trek up the coast today from the southwest to the northeast. So Washington, D.C. area is just now getting into the steadier rain. That'll move into the Philadelphia region this afternoon, and then late this afternoon across New York City, continuing well into the evening hours. All of this will be out of the picture by the time tomorrow morning rolls around. Meanwhile, farther to the north and west, there can be some snow mixing in parts of the Ohio Valley and the eastern Great Lakes as that cold air mass in the upper part of the atmosphere heads that way. No snow in the picture here for the Mid-Atlantic region, but a steady soaking rain for the remainder of today into tonight. Well, let's take a quick look at a couple of NAM, North American Mesoscale model maps. This is the very latest NAM from 12Z. This is for this evening. By that time, that low moves from Ohio into the northern part of Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, that band that we were talking about of solid rain is now situated over the southeastern part of Pennsylvania, just pulling out of the Washington, D.C. area by early this evening. Still steady soaking rain from Philadelphia to New York City late this afternoon into the evening. All of this moving up to the north and east, and the colder air is wrapping behind it, so it'll be quite a bit chillier tomorrow morning by the time this colder air mass moves in. And again, tomorrow temperatures for highs will be much closer to 50 degrees compared to the 70 degrees that we experienced yesterday. And here's the NAM forecast map for tomorrow morning. By that time, that steady band of rain is now over New England. Drying conditions here in the Mid-Atlantic region. There can be a lingering shower or two during the day. For the most part, tomorrow should be rain-free, although it'll be windy and much cooler, again with highs generally near 50 degrees compared to the low 60s for today and 70 degrees from yesterday. And that drier, cooler, more seasonable weather pattern will continue for the rest of the week and right into the weekend. Well, that's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.